Yeah, Max, when you look back at Sunday's game, when you looked at the film, what did you see about the way you played and your thoughts about that?
I thought in the first half, defensively and offensively, I played really good. I was in gaps. I was helping. I did a pretty good job on Ayala. Second half came around and he got going, and I didn't necessarily play as well as I'd like to offensively. I turned the ball over a couple times, but I think all around it was solid. It wasn't terrible, but there were just moments in the second half where it was embarrassing on my part. But I think overall I had a pretty decent game.
Is that what this season is about for you a little bit, like learning and making corrections as you go along? Would you agree with that?
Yeah, for sure. Making corrections and learning from my mistakes. But at the end of the day, I mean, we got to win on Sunday, so that's great. But after the game and after we're celebrating our win, I want to make sure I'm looking back and see what I could do better to make sure that we don't, that lead that got cut short, that doesn't happen again. And as a team, how we can find ways to just keep pushing ourselves forward.
How do you push the reset button right now and kind of treat this as basically a new season?
I think that's just a mental, decision we have to make as a team. There's preseason, regular season, now we're in the postseason. So now we're in our third season. That's just a decision we have to make as a team to realize that everybody's 0-0 now. It doesn't matter. You can throw your records out the window. You're playing, teams that really want to win. It doesn't really matter what you did in the regular season. So that's just a mental decision that we're going to make, and we have made already to know that we're going into a whole nother season.
Can you do that on an individual level as well?
Yeah, certainly. I can, it's a new season, like you said, so I can throw everything I did in the regular season out the window. It's a new time. It's March, so anything can happen. So I push the reset button for sure, and it's another time for me to show what I can do.
Max, what have you heard about the Big Ten tournament from your teammates that have played in it before, and are you excited to get that first tournament action?
I heard it's really fun. Obviously, coming into the end of the year tournament, you get a chance to play everybody again. But we're all excited going into it. We came off a good note in a win against Maryland. Now we play them again, so that makes preparation a little bit easier. And we're just excited to get right into it.
Over here on your right.
Max, I'm wondering how you're feeling physically, mentally at the end of what's the longest basketball stretch you've probably played in your life, the most physical, and sort of what you've learned through 2 months of Big Ten play, and then how you're feeling right now.
I think I'm feeling good, honestly. There's been ups and downs for sure, but mentally and physically, I think I'm in a pretty good place. It's all just an adjustment, and since my first time being, in this sort of period of basketball, like you said, it's the longest period of basketball I've played. Most games I've played in a long time in a season, so I'm feeling pretty good. And if you ask what I learned through 2 months of Big Ten play, I just say the difference between levels of high school and college and how the adjustment and how important it is to be able to stay positive through everything and adjust to that whole sort of setting. So that's the thing I learned for sure.
Anything else from Matt? Steven?
Max, same sort of question I was asking AJ. I mean, this team went 1-and-done in both tournaments last year, and we've talked about inconsistency a lot this year. How confident are you that you guys have some consistency in you and could put together a run, and what will really be the key to making that happen?
I think we're pretty confident, like Malik said earlier, and even AJ a little bit. We know that we can beat any team. We've shown that, but at the same time, any team can beat us with similar inconsistencies that we've had. So I think we're all confident, though. I think it all comes down to the confidence in each other and the hard work we put in and believing in that and allowing that to show on the court.
Chris?
These past couple days since Sunday, what have you particularly tried to do? We mentioned about the long stretch, but you've also played a lot of minutes in that long stretch as well.
I think just taking care of my body, both mentally and physically, is important, especially going into March now, where you play a game almost every single day. So I think it's even more important to take care of your body mentally and physically. So that's what I've been trying to do, making sure I'm staying positive mentally, and then getting into the training room and staying positive and fixing my body physically.
Max, what do you anticipate the environment and the atmosphere to be like?
I think it's going to be rocking, to be honest. I think it's going to be really fun. Like they said last year, there was a Big Ten tournament, but there was no fans, just family. So I think everybody's going to be excited to come back and show support for their teams, and it's going to be fun for sure.
Fred?
You had a ridiculous early lead Sunday, and yet late in the game they were right there. I think they got to within 3. Did that sound fair warning to you about needing to put your foot on the gas, so to speak, when you get a team down?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think they did that to us last time when we were at their place, and then it happened this time at our place. So going into this game now, we know that we can't obviously just look them off. But you're right, we got to put our foot in the gas pedal and make sure that we're making smart plays and not turn the ball over. So yeah, we got to put our foot on the gas pedal when we're up like that.